Let me move on to another area of limitation for the administration, and that's politically. Joe Sestak, who wants to be the senator from Pennsylvania, the Democrat, took on Arlen Specter, took on the White House even, was where you are just last week. And I asked him about this notion that the administration offered him a job to get out of the way. This is how the exchange went. What job were you offered to stay out of a primary race by the administration?
It was interesting. I was asked a question about something that happened months earlier, and I felt I should answer it honestly. And that's all I had to say about it.
Yes or no, straightforward question. Were you offered a job, and what was the job?
I was offered a job, and I answered that.
Turns out the White House counsel's office put out a report saying he was offered a spot, a government position on a presidential commission. He could have kept his role as congressman. And it was Bill Clinton, the former president, dispatched by Rahm Emanuel to see whether he'd accept that and not run. David, what's the big issue here?
Well, the big issue is that the president has said, you know, he's tired of the small-minded politics in Washington. He's exasperated by all the pettiness. But the fact is, if I once see them not take a chance to be petty and small-minded in politics as usual, I'd like to see that. Because they practice the same rules that everybody else practices. To give people jobs, to help to push people out of the races. It's not illegal, it's not a big scandal, but it's politics as usual. And that's what they do. That's what most politicians do. I just wish they wouldn't pretend so much they're not doing any of that stuff.
EJ, is the bigger issue that they seemed rather ham-handed in their intervention, that if you're going to use Bill Clinton, you should be able to carry something like this off?
Well, you know, first of all, the original sin here is bragging by Joe Sestak during the primaries, where he was trying to make the point, I'm standing up to the Obama people running against Arlen Specter, and he sort of put this on the table himself, and then suddenly there's a blowback afterward. And I think David's right in this sense that the notion that somehow offering somebody a job connected to politics, if that were uniformly enforced, God knows how many people would go to jail. What they've done here is constructed a story, which we all hope is true, that seems to get around any legal restriction on offering the guy a job. It's just...
We're better than Washington, better than the lame brains of the press corps. That's been an underlying theme for the last couple of weeks from the administration. And when you match it to the things they actually do, it just doesn't match.